So you're interested in playing Memento, the deck that many thought was doomed on release? Well, with the latest support, it's capable of building insane boards that can turn the tide in any duel. My name's Brandon, and today I'll walk you through the Fiendsmith strategy that will get you into the Memento engine, setting you up for explosive plays that your opponent won't see coming. Let's get into how this underdog deck can become your secret weapon. Starting with the main deck here, let's go ahead with the starters, the one card starters in the deck. We have 3 Darkblade and 1 Rhoda, as well as 2 Anguich and then 3 Horse. So the reason why we're going with the 3 Darkblade and 1 Rhoda and then 2 Anguich as opposed to 3 Anguich, 3 Darkblade is that Darkblade is just a better normal summon. He's more flexible, he can get you into different names. He has the pop effect which can come up more. But also he gets you more names into grave that you can shuffle back with your creation. It does play into Droll, playing the Rhoda, but I do think that it is correct to play this ratio here. 3 and 3 is just fine, but yeah. And then the 3 Horse because he is an incredible card in this deck. And moving on to the one-ofs, in order of the best to open to your hand to worst, Goblin, Mace, Sleepy, Gaddock, Trihorned, as well as the boss monster himself. So Goblin, he's not the worst normal summon. He can actually get you combo. And in the future, in Rage of the Abyss, we get the Goblin spell, which will allow you to E-tele him from deck, which will probably play maybe 2 Goblin in that case. Because it's a free summon. So he's not that bad to open. Mace, you can normal her and then you can get like a Bone Party or a Fusion if you want to out of your deck, so that's not terrible. Sleepy, if you have other Mementos in your hand, or other one-ofs, you can fuse them off and start playing that way. But the really bad ones that you don't want to see are the Gaddock. You want him in your deck so you can dump him, so you can grab monsters from grave to continue your combo, like the Sleepy, or maybe use it to add back a Mace for later on, for next turn, or maybe a Trihorned that you already went through. So you don't want to see him. He's actually nice to see whenever you want to play through Droll, because if you get Drolled, then you can dump the field spell from your deck and then add it back with the Gaddock. So he's pretty nice for that. Trihorned, great extender, also having your grave to bring back with your field spell and pop with your Bone Party. And finally, the combined creation, boss monster of this deck. He's the one that makes everything tick. Moving on to our spell traps for the engine. We have the 3 Bone Party, crazy card. You play it at 4 or 5, you would. It allows you to extend. It starts you, plays through Imperm, Veiler. Great card. Great card. Memento Fusion, I played 2. You could play 3. I cut it because in order for this to be online, you need your Memento monsters in your hand. And that doesn't always happen, because if you see Memento monsters in your hand, you probably already have combo. What's good about this card is it allows you to dodge targeted negation, just like your Bone Party does. But with the prerequisites that you need the Memento monsters in your hand, I opt for 2. Also, 2 is minimum for engine requirements reasons, because you want to banish 1 engrave in order to pop and add yourself either a Bone Party for next turn or another Fusion. Alright, moving in, we have the 1 Trap. This card is what makes this deck shine. You can do so much with it. You have the other trap you could play, but it's not that great. Maybe side it, probably don't, but this with the combined creation is great. Field spell, mandatory. And that's the end of our Memento engine. So now for the other half of the deck that gives this deck gas is the Fiendsmith cards. We play just standard 3 Engraver, 1 Lurry, and 1 Tract. No reason to play more Tract. Tract itself is not the best because you do need another monster once you get the Engraver on the field. You need another monster on the field to link them off because we don't play Necroquip in this build. So that's, you could get away with a 2 Engraver. I would just do 3 though. And into non-engine. 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Imperm, and then 3 Bestials, 1 Mag, 1 Druis, and 1 Baldric. And then finally, the 1 Prosperity. You can cut this. I like it because you can get whatever you want in the deck. It's Prosperity. The card should probably be limited, so we're already playing it at what it should be in the first place. So that's the end of the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. We have the extra deck monsters of the archetype. We have the 2 Combined Creation. 2 is necessary because you need to dump the second one to grab the field spell. And the 1 Twin for combo reasons. So that's it. Very small package. Don't play Guardian Chimera. Could play Guardian Chimera. Opted not to for other cards that I'll show. But you can definitely play it if you wanted to. Now the Fiendsmith cards. 1 Requiem. 1 Sequence. 1 Lacrima, 1 Moon, and a Caesar. Yeah, as you see here, no Necroquip. You don't need it. You can extend pretty easily in this deck and then link off the Engraver and continue playing that way. So I would say that almost all of these are mandatory. You could cut Moon and just hope you open Engraver in order to open up a spot if you really wanted it. And maybe cut Caesar if you really wanted another rank 6, like Beatrice if you wanted to play that, or alternatively, like another Link monster, or the Guardian Chimera that you wanted to play. And IP, along with SP, Apo, mandatory, in my opinion. Cross Sheep for combo reasons with the Aerial Eater. So with the Fiendsmith combo, what you can do is just with 1 Engraver, you do your Fiendsmith stuff, you make the Cross Sheep, and then you bring back the Aerial Eater that you fuse with Sequence. You bring it back from Grave, which procs the Cross Sheep, and brings back the Goblin that you dumped with the Aerial Eater beforehand. So just with 1 Engraver, you could put up a crazy, crazy board. So definitely play this. Now, it sucks if you open Engraver Goblin, because you can't do that combo, and then you have to normal summon the Goblin if you don't have anything else. So, just something to watch out for. And then finally, the 14th and 15th cards. Azalea and Herald of Mirage Lights. I'll talk about Herald first. Herald is a good card for post-siding, because you can negate their Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched cooks this deck. It doesn't have any responses for it. So you make the Mirage, and then with you can make it with your Fiendsmith cards, or alternatively, I believe it's the Gaddock and the Goblin you can make it with, or is it maybe 2 other cards. You make it, and then you search Mace at the end of your combo. And what that allows you to do is you can either negate a spell trap, or you could use that Mace to pitch to Snatch Steal. So it gives you options, and options are always great in this game. Flexibility, and it allows you to be evenly matched. And then finally, Azalea. This card's in case you have 2 monsters on the board that you want to get rid of. It does take light or dark monsters that you want to get rid of so that you can make Horse and then play that way. It also pops, which is great. The useful targets to link off here are Nibiru or Bestials. You can also use Engraver if you really wanted to, or what have you. Another card you could play in this spot is the Lizard. I forgot the name of him. He came out as a common recently. You can link into him, banish him, and then draw a card. I opt for a pop. You could draw instead. This one's more restrictive as it does require specific attributes. So take that as you will. I also just used the Azalea because I bought into the hype when she initially dropped right before SP. So she was supposed to be the power creep, but then SP came out. So I just want to play her for that reason too. And then finally, the side deck. It's a side deck. You can put whatever you want in here, but at least for my locals and my tournaments, this is what I've found to be good for now. The 3 will Charmy. Play the card if you can. Of course, like they're $50 a piece. I'm not telling you to make bad money decisions. If you can, get it, play it. It's worth it. 3 droll. We're in a droll format. Yeah. Crow. In case I need to replace the Bestials with a card that wants to banish from the grave. It's Crow. We go into time a lot in this deck because we combo a lot. This deck is for you if you like comboing, and lots of comboing means you're going to go into time. So play the Spooky Dogwood if you can. 2 Cosmic. Self-explanatory. And then finally, there can be only one. Great Floodgate in this deck. There are a couple of types that are the same, but you set up your full board and then you flip this and you win. And you can even, if they do crack your board a little bit and pass back to you, you can still build a board under this as well. Let's go over the 1 Engraver combo. So we start with her single Engraver. Let's activate the effect of Engraver. Go ahead and add ourselves copy attract, tract effect, add Lurie, discard Lurie, Lurie effect is special. Let's link him off for a Requiem, Requiem effect, special, the Engraver. Now we'll go Engraver effect, special itself by shuffling back this Lurie. And here, we need another light in rotation, so let's banish that tract to fuse off the 2 Engravers. For the Lacrima. Lacrima, target the Engraver, bring it back. Link these. For Sequence. Sequence effect, it's going to shuffle back the Lacrima and the Requiem to bring out a copy of Aerial Eater. Aerial Eater effect, we're going to dump that Goblin. Next we'll link these 2 off for Cross Sheep. Let's go Aerial Eater effect, special itself by banishing these 2 Engravers, which will then activate the effect of the Cross Sheep to bring back the Goblin. Alright, now we're into our Memento engine. So we'll activate the effect of Goblin, popping himself. In order to dump 2, we'll dump the Gaddock and the Sleepy. This will trigger the Gaddock to special himself, and then Gaddock to add back the Sleepy. We'll activate the effect of Sleepy to special, and then effect on field of fuse. Bring out Twin. Twin effect, pop itself, add Darkblade and the Trihorn. Twin effect will bring back that Sleepy. Special the Horned, and then now we can make ourselves an Apo with these 3. So 3 material Apo, normal summon the Darkblade, Darkblade effect, pop the Sleepy, special the Anguish. We're going to go Sleepy Anguish. Anguish adds Command Creation. Sleepy will dump the Mace. Anguish effect, target the Mace, bring yourself back, popping the Anguish. Mace effect, pop herself, add the Memento Fusion. Now we'll activate this Memento Fusion, shuffling back 3. Let's do the Gaddock, the twin, and the mace. In order to bring out the creation. So now, effect on summon. It's going to dump 3. It's going to dump a copy of himself and Gaddock and the trap, Cranium Burst. Now we'll banish himself to add a copy of the field spell. Let's activate that field spell. Next we will activate the effect of Fusion Engrave. I'm going to pop that Dark Blade in order to add Bone Party. I'm going to go effect of field spell, target Dark Blade, bring back any name, really. Just bring back the Gaddock. And now we can link these two off for IP Masquerena. And then we can shuffle back 5. Don't shuffle him back. 2, 3, Goblin, and then Sleepy. So that's 5. To bring him out, set the Bone Party, and then end phase, effective field spell, target the Trap Engrave to set that. So off of 1 Engraver, you have a 3 material Apo, you have your creation with your Cranium Burst for 5 negates, then you have your IP Masquerena, as well as your field spell for follow-up, and your Bone Party. You'll be able to, off your creation, bring back the Creation King for another pop, and then that'll be field spell. You can bring back the Horn Dragon, and then Horn Dragon, you'll be able to pop with the Bone Party in order to special out whatever you want here. You could go with like an Anguish to search Mace, and then you can go, after that, the Horn Dragon effect, you can just pop that Witch in order to pop 2 on their field, and then you still have the quick effect Change of Heart. And that's the 1-card Engraver combo. I hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.